Alright, we are live. I'm very late, so sorry about that. But we've got the not the Renegades, the Defenders and the Sea Dragons in the XFL North Division Championship game today. So, give me a second to pull up the game. Give me 1 second. Alright, here we go. So they're about 4 minutes in, the Defenders, Sea Dragons football, sorry I'm so late again. But in DC, 0-0 game so far, 11:25 to go in the opening quarter. Sea Dragons football second and 10 here. They're currently on a 7-play, 59-yard drive to open up the game. So from the 15 of the Defenders, here is Danucci. Quick throw to Ja'Cour Pearson. Pearson is going to get wrapped up. No, break a tackle and then slip and fall at the line of scrimmage. So that'll bring up a 3rd and 10 here for the Sea Dragons. Give me a second to put a poll out and get up the comments. Alright, here we got a 3rd and 10. Danucci, once again, empty backfield. Defenders bring a blitz. Danucci throws and dropped by Blake. No, sorry, that's Jawan Green. Thought that was Blake Jackson. Off the hand and incomplete. And the Defenders will be forced to settle for a field goal on their opening drive. So a 4th and 10 here. And the Sea Dragons will send on their kicker for a 33-yard field goal attempt from the right hash. And his kick is up and good. As the Sea Dragons get on the board first here on a rainy afternoon in DC. And they lead this one 3-0. Give me a second to put a poll out while they head to commercial break. Alright, there we go. Make sure to vote on the poll. Who will win, Sea Dragons or Defenders? I've got the Defenders in a thrilling game. Let me check my score real quick. I've got the Defenders by a score of 35-33. In a thriller. And also, let me do this thing really quick before I forget. Hold on 1 second. But make sure to vote in the poll. So far, everyone has said the Sea Dragons. I've got the Defenders by a score of 35-33. I think this will be a really, really entertaining game. Both their previous meetings were really, really good games. In week 1, where the Defenders won because they forced Danucci into a fumble at the goal line, and then a 1-point win in week 7 or 8 or 8. Give me 1 second. Alright, give me 1 second. Okay. They're back from commercial here. The defenders will get the football here for their first possession of the game after their defense surrenders a field goal. Here is the return from about the 5. Spin move across the 30-yard line. Breaks this to the outside, and he's taken down to the 36. Great return there by Williams. Sets the defenders up with excellent starting field position for their first offensive drive of the day. Let me pull up the rosters for each team so we know who we're talking about here. You're back? Well, welcome to the stream. Welcome back. Alright, so 1st and 10, Teamu is going to hand off to Abram Smith, and Smith is going to get maybe a yard there, not much space to run. Abram Smith, the XFL's rushing leader in the regular season. He led the league with 791 yards and 7 touchdowns on 158 carries. Was also the number 1 overall pick in the XFL draft before the season started. Here is Teamu to throw on 2nd and 9, goes down the field, and that's caught. Wide open receiver as his tight end, and inside the 30 to the 20. Can they track him down? Yes, they can. He's forced out at the 6-yard line. Big play there for Moore and the defenders' offense on their second play from scrimmage. A big play. Sees his defender fall down. And a huge catch and run for number 88 of the defenders. That is tight end Briley Moore McKinney. Officially marked as a 57-yard pickup. Here is Teamu. Hands off to Abram Smith, and Smith is going to get about 4, maybe 5 on that first down carry. Gets him down to the 3-yard line for a 2nd and goal. Alright, 2nd and goal. Here is the give to Smith running left. He's going to break this to the outside. Abram Smith is going to get forced out for a loss of 2. As the decision to bounce it outside does not work. And that'll back him up to a 3rd and goal from the 5. Third and goal, Teamu and shotgun, Smith back on it to his right. Teamu looks to throw on 3rd down. He's going to dump this off underneath, and that is incomplete. Off the hands of an intended receiver. Also great coverage by 53 of the Sea Dragons. Alright, apparently there's no 53 on their roster, so that's interesting. I was going to say who that is, but it's not on their roster. But anyway, great coverage. And the Sea Dragon defense will force the defenders to settle for a field goal on their opening drive as well. Here's Matt McCrane. He is 12 of 16 on the season with a long of 50. Here's a 24-yard attempt, and his kick is right down the middle. And the defenders tied this game up at 3. with 6:55 to go in the first quarter. So each team with solid opening drives end up getting held for 3. And we are right back where we started with a tie ball game. Give me 1 second. Alright, so far everyone in the poll has said the Sea Dragons. I think this will be a really close game, but as I said, I do think the Defenders won will get in the win, but I think it'll be really, really close. It could go either way. I think this has potential to be the game of the year, because both these teams have exceptional offenses. Give me 1 second. Alright, so waiting for them to come back from commercial break here. The Sea Dragons set to get the football back after each team with a field goal on their opening possession. Let me know your score prediction in the comments. I have the Defenders 35-33. Let's go Sea Dragons. Yeah, I remember you saying you're a Sea Dragon fan from last night. What's your score prediction for the day? Alright, so they're back from commercial. The Sea Dragons set to receive the kickoff here. So it's 6:55 to go. Game tied at 3. Sea Dragons set to get their second possession of the day. Kelvin McKnight back deep to receive kick for the Sea Dragons. And the kick is away. McKnight from his own 6 on the return. Breaks this one up the middle. And breaks a tackle and then is taken down at the 35-yard line. We got a flag down on the return. Here in turn, we got holding on the Sea Dragons, so that will back them up. You're going to say 32-30 or 34-30 Sea Dragons. Okay. I could definitely see those. I think it'll be a very, very high-scoring game. Obviously, these two teams played a very high-scoring game a few weeks ago, and also two tremendous offenses. I could definitely see that, because usually, or not usually, but sometimes in a high-scoring game, the better offense, which is definitely the Sea Dragons, ends up on top, so I could definitely see that one. Alright, so here is a 1st and 10 from the 20. DiNucci off play action. Quick throw, that is incomplete. Josh Gordon, the intended receiver. And that will bring up a 2nd and 10. Passing conditions might be a bit tough today, as the ball seems to be a bit slippery. A few drops so far today, and also the field seems to be a little slippery, as you see several players slip so far. Second and 10, Danucci looks to throw, quick throw, that is caught by Josh Gordon, and Gordon will gain 5 on the play. So a 3rd and 5 here for the Sea Dragons with a little under 6 minutes to go in the first quarter. Another empty backfield for Ben DiNucci. They've gone to that look a lot so far today. 3rd and 5, the defenders drop out of the blitz. Over the middle, that is bobbled by Juwan Green and incomplete. Second one today he should have caught, but ended up falling incomplete. He had plenty of space in front of him as well. And that falls incomplete. Just went right through his hands. And I think he was thinking about what could have been, because he had a lot of space in front of him. But the defender's defense forces a quick 3 and out. Almost blocked the punt, but they were able to get it away. And here, from the return on the 25 on the bounce, almost spun free of that tackle, but he's taken down at the 30-yard line, number 13 for the defenders. That is Puka Williams on the return. It's one of their backup running backs. So 1st and 10 for the defenders from their own 30, 5:04 to go in the first quarter. Actually spotted at the 31. They're going to begin this drive with a run with Abram Smith up the middle, who's going to gain 6. Abram Smith has been good all season long, but really broke out with a 200-yard game in St. Louis, which is one of the best offensive performances by any player. Obviously, the other 2 really good offensive performances to come to mind is A.J. McCarron's 420 passing yard, 6 touchdown performance in the final week, and I'll get back to that. Here's Tayamu on the quarterback run, and he's going to gain 2 to bring up a 3rd and short. And then the third really good offensive performance is the 6th touchdown game by Quentin Dormady, which is when the Guardians handed the defenders their only loss of the season. But those are probably the 3 best offensive performances by a single individual of this season. Here's a 3rd and 1 from the 40. Tayamu and shotgun. Would not be shocked to see them run the football here. And they are going to run the ball, but Abram Smith is going to be very close. I think he got that. He ran into a wall initially. The spot looks to come in. Let's see. It looked to come in just short, but they're going to give him a 1st down. And the defenders will move the chains. Not much space to go there for Abram Smith on his initial effort, but his second effort is able to get him through the line of scrimmage and pick up the yard he needed for the 1st down. 1st and 10 from the 41. Tayamu off play action, looks to throw, pump fakes a few times. Now down the field, an almost caught a diving attempt made by tight end Ethan Wolf, but that one just out of his reach and incomplete. Abram Smith at Baylor was a running back and special teamer in his freshman year in 2019. Started 4 games at linebacker in 2020, switched to running back in 2021, and was really, really good for them, over 1,000 rushing yards. Then, undrafted free agent, signed with the Saints now in the XFL. Here's Tayamu, throws to Chris Blair, his first catch today for a gain of 11 and another 1st down. Abram Smith leads the XFL in rush attempts, rush yards, and rushes of 10-plus yards, which I couldn't get to see how much that was. Here they go back to Abram Smith. Here he's able to break a tackle and gain 4. And Abram Smith forced 30 missed tackles. That is the most of any player in the XFL. Has been a really, really big piece of the defender's offense. Here is Tayamu. Throws, caught in stride by Lucky Jackson. Jackson racing for the pylon, and he is in for a defender's touchdown. Another big catch and run for the defenders. Lucky Jackson with the first touchdown of the day. And the defenders take their first lead of the day, as it is now 9-3, courtesy of a 44-yard touchdown catch by Lucky Jackson. He is one of the defenders' incredible wide receivers. Chris Blair is the other. But on a little RPO there, Tiama makes an accurate throw, hits Lucky Jackson in stride, and he's able to do the rest. Using the speed to get away from the defenders, and able to run it in for 6. The defenders going for 2 here, snapping the ball from the 5-yard line to make this an 11-3 ball game. Here is Tayamu to throw. He's pressured. He's going to try to find Abram Smith. Smith will make the catch, but he's several yards short, and it will stay a 6-point game as the defenders lead this one 9-3 with 1:59 to go in the opening quarter after a 44-yard catch and run touchdown from Tayamu to Jackson. So far, everyone in the poll has said the defenders, Sea Dragons will win, sorry. Make sure to vote in the poll if you guys have not already done so. Alright, so the Sea Dragons going to get the football back here. They now trail for the first time today. Alright, so the defenders set to kick it away here. Kelvin McKnight back deep to receive the kickoff for the Sea Dragons. The kick is away. McKnight will field this from his own 6. And on the return, down the sideline, he is going to get past the 20-yard line, taken down at the 25. And that is where the Sea Dragons will begin their third drive of the day, after a field goal and then a 3-and-out. But this past drive, they weren't helped out by 2 drops, I think it was. Yeah, 2 drops on first down and third down. And they really haven't been helped out by like 4 or 5 drops on the day. First and 10 here, minute 54 to go in the opening quarter. Ben DiNucci's got 6 incompletions, 5 of them were drops. So he has not been helped out by his receivers. But I mean, it also is a rainy day, so the ball's got to be a bit more slippery than it would usually be. Here's DiNucci to throw. He's pressured. He's going to swing this one out to Green. And he's going to get forced out of bounds after a gain of 4. Here is a 2nd and 6. Here is DiNucci, looks to throw. Quick throw to the outside. That is one-handed catch made by, I believe that's Kelvin McKnight. No, that is not. That is Jordan Vesey. I thought I saw 86. He's number 88. What a catch there. And he's able to move the chains. A little bit of an inaccurate throw there from from DiNucci. But a great catch there by Vesey. Is able to move the chains for the defenders. DiNucci looks to throw. He's pressured once again, and that is another Sort of an accurate throw, but another nice catch by Jordan VC, gain of 7 on the play. Back-to-back, very nice catches. Here is a 2nd and 4. Comes because the final play of the first quarter coming up. We have 20 seconds left, sorry. DiNucci, empty backfield. He looks to throw. And another quick throw. That one's caught by Pearson. Just shy of midfield for another Sea Dragon first down. And that will bring us to the end of the opening quarters. The defenders lead the Sea Dragons 9-3. But the Sea Dragons putting together a drive as the first quarter comes to a close. I would like to see the the Sea Dragons. If I confuse these two teams, sorry about that, because I probably will. But I'd like to see the Sea Dragons try to run the football a little bit more. So, I mean, they haven't been helped out by drops, but I mean, at least try to run the football. They've got 1 carry, 1 rushing yard on the day, and that came from Ben DiNucci. So, I mean, they're just making him do everything. I mean, at least try to help him out, at least somewhat of a ground game. It does appear that the rain has stopped a little bit. So that is a good thing. Kelvin McKnight, now when you combine the regular season and this game, he is now the first player to reach 1,000 return yards in the XFL. DC scored. Yeah, they scored first a field goal and then a 44-yard catch and run by Lucky Jackson. Alright, so waiting for them to come back from commercial break here as we enter the second quarter of play. The defenders lead the Sea Dragons 9-3, but the Sea Dragons have been moving the football here on their 3rd offensive drive of the day, as they've got the ball at midfield when we enter the second quarter. So far, the results on the poll, 80% have said the Sea Dragons win, 20% have said the defenders. Make sure to vote if you guys have not already done so. Alright, they're now back from commercial break here. You voted? Cool. Who'd you vote for? Just wondering. I can't vote because I'm the one who created the poll. But my vote would go towards the defenders. I love your videos. Keep going. Thank you very much for the support. Greatly, greatly appreciated. And I will keep it going. DC all the way. I think they'll be getting the win, but I think it'll be a really, really close game. Alright, so 1st and 10 here, 15 minutes to go in the first half. I'll get to the comments in a second. Here is DiNucci from midfield. DiNucci over the middle. That is bobbled by Pearson and incomplete. Another drop for the Sea Dragons. That now marks 6 drops on the day. Sea Dragons all the way. It can definitely go either way. Are you going to do USFL games as well? Yes. I do stream USFL games as well. I do videos on USFL games, like predictions, power rankings, stuff like that. However, this weekend, or today, I will not be streaming any USFL games. But I do USFL content as well. And tough game, yeah, it has been a very tough game for the Sea Dragons so far. So the flag is defensive holding, so that will give the Sea Dragons an automatic first down. Alright, so 1st and 10 from the 45 of the defenders. Here's a bit of a high throw, but that's snagged by Josh Gordon. He will gain 4 on the play. And that will bring up a 2nd and 6. DC offense is crazy. Yeah, they definitely have so many playmakers there, which makes them have one of the best offenses in the XFL. And that's part of the reason I think this should be such a good game, because we have two of the best offenses in the XFL going head-to-head for a spot in the championship game. Second and 6. Danucci looks to throw. He's protected well. Sidearms one. That is incomplete. Intended for Juwan Green. Green was looking for a flag. He's not going to get one. That's incomplete and will bring up a 3rd and 6. Sea Dragons 2 of 4 on 3rd down so far today. Here is a 3rd and 6. Empty backfield here for Danucci. 3-man rush for the defenders. Danucci is now pressured. Let's go of it, and that is another great diving catch. This one made by Blake Jackson, and he moves the chains for the Sea Dragons. Well, they have had a lot of drops so far today. I believe the count is 6. They have also had several really, really nice catches, and there's another one. A diving catch from Blake Jackson to move the chains. So 1st and 10 from the 24. Danucci to throw. Here's a quick throw to the outside. That's caught by Green, and Green will gain 8. Nope, breaks the tackle. It's still on his feet, and now he's shoved it out of bounds at the 5. Great effort there from Juwan Green to break the tackle and stay in bounds. Oh no, apparently they marked forward progress. Was stopped. Oh, he might have stepped out of bounds. It's going to be a 2nd and 1. I think they're saying he stepped out. Because forward progress shouldn't have been called. Because he's never really stopped right there, but I do think he stepped out. So here's a 2nd and 1. Danucci, that's another drop, the 3rd of the day for Juwan Green. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 1. Seattle in the red zone, yeah, they're at the 16. Yeah, a 3rd and 1 here. Seattle is in the red zone. 3rd and 1 for the defenders. Sorry, the Sea Dragons. From the 15, actually. Danucci pump fakes. Now goes to the end zone. How did he fit that in there? Wow. Ja'Cour Pearson with a big touchdown catch for the defenders. How in the world did Ben Danucci fit that in? That was such a tight window to throw into. And then Pearson bobbles it. Wow. That was a really tight window. And then a bobble by Pearson gives him a tie game. That was a really, really nice play for the defenders. Great throw from Danucci. Had to be on the money because it was a tight window to throw into. And then a nice catch from Pearson. Good concentration play as well, as he was able to... Yeah, I do mean Sea Dragons. Sorry if I did that. Touchdown for the Sea Dragons. I told you I might do that from time to time, so sorry about that. Alright, here is a 2-point attempt for the Sea Dragons. Juwan Green in motion. Danucci looks to throw, and he sidearms one that is incomplete, looking for Jordan Vesey in the end zone. And the score will stay at 9-9, as each teams go field goal and then score a touchdown, but fail their 2-point conversion. Sorry, I might do that from time to time. I'm gonna try to. I feel like I did that. I've done that a lot. And we're still early into the game, but I'm going to try to focus on what I'm saying and not get it confused. Okay, so the Sea Dragons tie up this game. It is now 9-9. The defenders set to get the football back as we are tied up once again. The rain seems to be stopping or slowing down there. So that's a good thing, and that will probably help the might be able to help with the drops by the Sea Dragons. Alright, so waiting for them to come back from commercial break here. The defender is set to receive the kickoff after allowing a Sea Dragon touchdown. Give me 1 sec to do something really quickly. So far, results on the poll, 71% say the Sea Dragons win, 29% say the defenders. It has been a very close, competitive and even game so far. Give me 1 second. You liked the video? Thank you. Thank you. I'm glad you like it. And also, don't forget to give this stream a like, because I would greatly appreciate if you guys can do that. Alright, so still waiting for them to come back from commercial after the touchdown by the Sea Dragons ties it. Alright, now they're back from commercial. Game tied 9-9, 11:38 to go in the opening half, sorry. 11:38 to go in the second quarter. Puka Williams, the defender's return man, back deep to receive the kick. So the kick is away from the 8. Here is Williams on the return. And breaking free, Puka Williams into the open field, across midfield, and he's taken down at the 40-yard line. Big return there for Puka Williams and the DC defenders. And he says that was this close from taking that one all the way. Great return there. Sets the defenders up in excellent starting field position. Alright, so we got a 1st and 10 here for the defenders. Here is Tayamu off play action, pump fakes, and now fires over the middle. That is intercepted off the deflection. First turnover of the day, and the Sea Dragons pick off Jordan Tayamu off the deflection. Number 48. That is Sharif Miller makes the interception there. First turnover of the day. And the Sea Dragons put the football right back. Wasn't a great decision to go there with the football by Tayamu going into double coverage, as the safety and the corner were there. Gets deflected and then is intercepted by Miller, who's able to return it to the 39-yard line. So Danucci and the Sea Dragons offense back on the field at their own 39. 11:21 to go in the second quarter. Danucci sets up the screen to Jordan Vesey. Vesey with a blocker in front gains 5. Alright, getting hyped up now. Yeah, this game's been really, really good so far, and I only expect that to continue. Plus, everything is going in the Sea Dragons' direction at the moment. Between the touchdown, aside from the big return, everything's been going their way. Second and 4, Danucci looks to throw. Quick throw over the middle. That's caught by Pearson. Gains 5 on the play and moves the chains. Gets the ball up to midfield. Alright, so 1st and 10 from exactly midfield. Danucci looks to throw. He's protected very nicely. Over the middle, that's caught by Juwan Green, able to escape a few tackle attempts and get it up to the 32-yard line. Good catch and run there for Green and the Sea Dragons. So 1st and 10 here from the 33-yard line. 24 pass attempts, only 1 rush attempt so far for the Sea Dragons. Danucci pump fakes and slips as he went to roll out of the pocket, and that's going to be ruled as a sack. It's the XFL Championship game next week. It is actually not next week. They give the teams a week off, and then it is May 13th. So whoever wins today will have a week off before they play the Renegades in the championship game, which is May 13th. So not next week, but the week after. Here is a 2nd and 18 after what I think is going to get marked as a sack, but I'm not really sure. The defenders bring a blitz. Danucci rolls out to his right as he's pressured, and Danucci is just going to throw this one away. Thanks. Not a problem. You're welcome. Sea Dragons offensive coordinator June Jones got knocked over on that previous play, but he appears to be fine over on the sideline. Here's a 3rd and 18. Danucci looks to throw. He's pressured once again, and he throws almost an interception. Josh Gordon was the receiver in the area, but that is just an awful throw by Danucci, and the defender's defense will force a punt and make sure that the turnover by Jordan Tayamu and the offense is not costly. So 4th and 18, the Sea Dragons will punt it away, but first we got a timeout called for by the defenders. The first timeout spent by either team so far today. That leaves them with 2 remaining in the half, and that stops the clock with 8:03 to go in the first half. Fourth and 18, the punt unit is on the field for the Sea Dragons. Puka Williams back deep to receive for the Sea Dragons. He was the guy who just had the big kickoff return right before they threw the interception. So the punt is away, and Williams will let this one bounce. It will check up at the 6-yard line, and it is going to be downed at the 5. Great punt there for the Sea Dragons. Pins the defenders back deep inside their own territory. So far, results on the poll, 67% have said the Sea Dragons win, 33% have said the defenders. Give me 1 second just to check something extremely quickly. Give me 1 second. Alright, so waiting for them to come back from commercial break here. The defenders get the football at, I believe it's going to be their own 5 or 6 yard line. It's officially marked at the 6. So that is where the defenders will take over at their own 6 yard line after a very, very good punt and play on special teams by the Sea Dragons. Alright, still waiting for them to come back from commercial break. The winner of this game will face the Arlington Renegades in the XFL Championship game, after the Renegades defeated the Roughnecks by a score of 26-11 last night. Alright, so here is a 1st and 10, 7:52 left in the first half. Hi, how's it going? How are you today? Alright, so from the 6, 1st and 10 for the defenders. Here is Teamu. He's going to hand off to Abram Smith, and Smith powers his way forward for 3. That'll bring a 2nd and 7. Actually, gave him 2 on that play, so it is a 2nd and 8. Injured defender on the play, that is tight end Ethan Wolf. He is down on the field after the previous play. He is helped to his feet. Hopefully he's okay. Oh, a Sea Dragon defender landed on his left ankle. So hopefully he's okay. So here is a 2nd and 8. The defenders have not had the ball long at all. They trailed the time possession category by a wide margin, by 9 minutes to be exact. Here is Teamu all day to throw. Now he's going to check this one down to Abram Smith at the backfield. Smith is able to dodge one tackle and gain about 6 on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 2. Alright, here is a 3rd and 2. From their own 9, Teamu in shotgun. Here he looks to throw. Play blown dead. We got a flag down prior to the snap. And the penalty will back the defenders up 5. It is a delay a game penalty. So here is a 3rd and 7. The defenders 1 of 2 on 3rd down so far today. Here is Teamu to throw. Escapes one defender. Flag flies. Teamu going to take off and run. Takes a big hit. As kind of got sandwiched in between 2 Sea Dragons. And he's able to gain about 4 on the scramble. And now number 1 of the Sea Dragons. That is Bryce Thompson. He's helped off with an injury. Now 12 men on the field for the defenders. So that's another penalty for them. No, it must have been 12 men for the Sea Dragons, because otherwise it would not be a 3rd and 2. I think they put it up for the wrong team. 12 men for the Sea Dragons on that previous play. And now before this 3rd and 2, play is stopped. Not sure if somebody called a timeout or what the case is there, but play is stopped before the upcoming 3rd and 2. Yet the Sea Dragons spent their first timeout, so that leaves each team with 2 timeouts remaining and 6:04 to go in the first half. Alright, so a 3rd and 2 here for Teamu and the defenders. Third and 2 from the 9. Teamu in shotgun. Smith the back line up to his right. Here is the give to Abram Smith, and he is going to be very close to a first down. Looks like they're going to give it to him. Needed to, got just barely 2. And the defenders will move the chains. That is the 5th first down of the day for the defenders. The Sea Dragons have 9. first and 10. Here they go to the air, and that is caught. Is that caught by Lucky Jackson? I can't tell. No, that's Josh Hammond. Sorry, I thought I saw 11, but instead that's Hammond, who. Can't tell if he made the catch from that angle or not. They're going to review it, so let's see. Can't tell from that angle if he made the catch. Here's a good angle. Again, you can't really tell. Looks like the ball is definitely loose, but you can't tell if it officially hits the ground. Looks like his hand's under it right there. I would not think there's enough to overturn this, so I think the ruling on the field should stand. It definitely moves underneath him, but I can't tell if it's on his hand or the ground. Can't tell anything about that from that angle they're showing now, so I just don't think there's enough to overturn this one. Ruling on the field stands as a completed catch, which I believe is the right call, as I just don't really think there's enough to overturn that call. Thanks for the play-by-play. You're at work and can only listen on your phone. Great job. Thank you. Glad you're enjoying it. Thank you very much for those kind words. First and 10, Te'amu looks to throw, goes deep down the field, overthrows Josh Hammond a little too high, and then we're a second and 10 with 4:58 to go in the second quarter. Te'amu now 5 of 9 for 130 yards and a touchdown, as well as an interception so far in the day. Here is a second and 10. Again, I think the Sea Dragons have too many men. Here is Abram Smith on the carry. He's going to gain 7. And a flag does come in, so it will be, again, 12 men on the field, as the Sea Dragons just... That is now 2 times this drive they've got caught substituting late. Yeah, 12 men on the field on the Sea Dragons. And that is... They accept the penalty or decline? I can't really tell. Because it says 2nd and 5, which really is a combination of both. It should either be a 1st and 5 or a 2nd and 3. But apparently we've got a 2nd and 5 now. Te'amu in shotgun. And here he's going to hand off to Abram Smith up the middle, and Smith will gain 3 to bring this to a 3rd and 2 with 4:13 to go in the first half. So 4 minutes to go here in the second quarter. 3rd and 1 for the defenders. Te'amu in shotgun here. They will hand this one off to Abram Smith, who plows forward, and he's just able to get that. Originally, he did not get that, but the second effort will move the chains for the defenders. First and 10 from their own 40. Te'amu in shotgun. Here off play action, he looks to throw. Te'amu rolls out to his right, escapes the rush, and Te'amu is going to get dragged down, but we've got a flag that comes in. His face mask was grabbed, and what turns into a loss of 10 plus yards for the Sea Dragons, or for the defenders, ends up being a gain of 15 yards because of a personal foul, face mask penalty. Our skipper was the guy who grabbed the face mask of Teamu there as he was rolling out. So now that gives the defenders a free 15 yards. So now they have a 1st and 10 from the 45-yard line of the Sea Dragons. They're currently on a 7-play, 49-yard drive with 3:05 to go in the first half. Here is the give to Abram Smith up the middle, and Smith will gain 4 on the 1st down carry. Alright, here is a 2nd and 6. Teamu will hand off to Abram Smith up the middle once again, and Smith is going to get 3, maybe 4 yards. And that will bring up a 3rd, and looks like it's going to be a 3rd and about 2. So yeah, it is marked as a 3rd and 2. They don't have to snap this ball before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they will. There's 9 seconds. They're in no hurry to do so. So, they will let this one go to the 2-minute warning. So, 2 minutes to go here in half number 1. Each team with 2 timeouts remaining. And the defenders with an upcoming 3rd and 2. Give me 1 second to check something while they go to commercial. Alright, results on the poll so far, 65% have said the Sea Dragons win, 35% have said the Defenders. Make sure to vote if you guys have not already done so. Alright, so waiting for them to come back from commercial break here, with 2 minutes to go in the first half. Game currently knotted up at 9. The Defenders with an upcoming 3rd and 2, a little bit inside Sea Dragon territory. Each team with 2 timeouts remaining in the first half. So still waiting for them to return from commercial break. Dang, this is a long commercial break. They go to yet another commercial. Yeah, there's still a commercial. Who has the ball? The Defenders with the football, and I'm not sure if you noticed, but if you see this thing, I'm moving it around right now, this is the ball marker for who has the ball. So right now it's on the Defenders. And XFL needs to add more teams. I definitely think they will over time, but I mean, this is their first season back. And, I mean, just wanted to try to get through the season with 8 teams. I think is a good decision, but I think they should definitely look to expanding the league in the future. So here is a 3rd and 2, 9-play, 57-yard drive, taking 5:52 off the clock so far for the defenders. Tayamu under center for this one. Here is the toss to Abram Smith, flea flicker. Tayamu goes deep down the field, and he overthrew a wide open Waukee Jackson. And it will be a 4th and 2. Now, they could opt to go for this one. I mean, it is a 4th and short situation. So let's see. They will keep the offense on the field. I agree with the decision by Reggie Barlow and the defenders. 4th and 2 from the 37-yard line of the Sea Dragons. Tayamu in shotgun. Off play action. Quick throw that is caught by 18. I don't know who that is for a 1st down. And I'll get to your comments in a second. 18 is tight end Alex Ellis. He makes, I think, his first catch of the day. And the defenders will convert on 4th and short. Hi, how are you? How's it going? 1st and 10, Tayamu off play action, goes deep down the field, and that is incomplete. Number 16 there. That is Brandon Smith, was the intended target there. But nicely defended and incomplete. Also off his hand and a little bit of a wide throw. But a 2nd and 10 here for the defenders with 1:33 to go. Here is Tayamu. He looks to throw. The Sea Dragons bring blitz to the outside. That's caught by Jackson. He's forced out at the 15. And another defender 1st down. Waukee Jackson's had himself a nice game so far. If I had to guess, it's probably about three catches for, I don't know, 55-ish yards and a touchdown. Here is the dump off to Abram Smith out of the backfield, but that is off his hands and incomplete. Please what? I said hi. How are you? So here is a 2nd and 10 from the 15-yard line of the Sea Dragons. 1st down inside the 5. Here is the give to Abram Smith, and he is going to get taken down back at the 21-yard line as he tried to bounce to the outside. Not a good decision, and a big tackle for loss there by Thompson, and the Sea Dragons backs him up 6 yards to a 3rd and 16. So a 3rd and 16 with 52 seconds to go in the 1st half. That pass is tipped, and wow, what an interception! Here's on the return. Flags come in. People flying everywhere. And he's up to the 26-yard line. 2nd interception of the day. The 2nd one off a deflection. We will have to wait and see if it stands with the flag. But what a spectacular concentration play on the interception if it stands. After the interception, so it will stand. Personal foul, illegal blindside block during the return. So it will stand, and the Sea Dragons pick off Tayamu for the 2nd time today, both coming off deflections. And their defense will hold the defenders to no points despite getting in the red zone. Let's go. Are you a Sea Dragons fan? Just wondering. Alright, so 41 seconds, 2 timeouts for Danucci and the Sea Dragons offense to work with. Here they're going to hand it off to Philip Lindsay for the first time today, and he's going to lose 3. Just the second rushing play of the day for the Sea Dragons. And we got an injured lineman, number 55, down on the field after that one. It's like a right knee injury. You are? Cool. I thought so based off your reaction. I got your comment in a second. 3 seconds to go in the game, at the first half. Sorry, here's the give to Lindsay once again, and he's going to gain a yard. And that will bring us to halftime. So tied 9-9 as we enter the half. The defenders will get the football to start the second half. Give me 1 second. Alright, but we reach halftime, 9-9. It is tied. Who do I think is going to win? So I originally had the defenders, and I don't know, it's been a really, really close game so far. Really, really close, really back and forth. So if I had to guess, I would probably just stick with the defenders after seeing the first half of play. But I mean, it could still very much go either way. You're also a big Josh Gordon fan. He's been a really, really good player for them so far this season. And a big reason why their passing offense has been so good. But I'm going to go take a quick break, as I do at halftime of every stream. But give me 1 second. But I'm going to go take a short break. I will be back in like 2 seconds, or maybe like 2 minutes. And I will let you guys know my updated score prediction after seeing the first half, and I will be back in a second. Alright, I'm back. Thank you guys for staying with me as I took my short break. But I'll get to the comments in a sec. Or actually, I'll get to the comments right now, and then I'll go over my updated score prediction. It's a great game. Going to be a close one. I think it comes down to the last possession. It definitely could. I think it's going to be one of those games where it probably will. It's been really good so far. Would have expected a bit more scoring in the first half, but I mean, it's been really close, really competitive. When one team has scored, the other team has answered. It's been really competitive so far, and I expect that to continue throughout the second half. And it could very well come to who has the ball last. I said puck because they're showing a hockey commercial at the moment. Sorry. And so far, the results on the poll: 73% have said the Sea Dragons will win, 27% have said the Defenders. I think so. I'll get to my updated score prediction, and I'm going to stick with the Defenders winning. I mean, it's been really close so far. It's essentially a coin flip. And I'm gonna say the Defenders get the win by a score of, let's go, hold on, let me think for a second. We'll go 30-27. But I mean, this could definitely go either way. But I've got the Defenders winning 30-27 after seeing the first half. A really close game so far. I think that'll continue. Let's go over some player stats from the first half. Starting off with the Sea Dragons. Passing, Ben DiNucci was 16 of 26 for 147 yards and a touchdown. He was sacked one time for a loss of 7. Rushing, Ben DiNucci is their leading rusher with 1 carry for 1 yard. And Philip Lindsay also has 2 carries for -3 yards. Receiving, Ja'Cour Pearson, their leader, 5 catches, 54 yards, and a touchdown. Juwan Green has been targeted 9 times, but has only hauled in 4 of them for 39 yards. Jordan Vesey, 3 catches for 20 yards. Josh Gordon, 3 for 17. And Blake Jackson, 1 for 17. For the Defenders, Jordan Teamu is 7 of 15, passing the football for 152 yards, a touchdown, and 2 picks. Now, the 2 picks weren't his fault. They were both, well, I mean, the one wasn't a great decision, but they were both deflected and then picked. So, I mean, not entirely his fault. Rushing for the Defenders, Abram Smith, 13 carries, 26 yards, and Jordan Teamu, 1 carry for 3 yards. So, the Sea Dragons have done a really good job of containing their rushing attack. Only 29 yards on 14 carries for a team who is the best rushing offense in the XFL. And receiving for the Defenders, Lucky Jackson, 2 catches, 56 yards, and a touchdown. Riley Moore McKinney, a catch for 56 yards. Josh Hammond, a catch for 13. Chris Blair, a catch for 11. Alex Ellis, a catch for 10. Abram Smith, 1 for 6. And Ethan Wolf and Brandon Smith have both been targeted once, but have not come away with the catch. And comparing team stats from the first half, it has been very even, so I'd expect these stats to be pretty similar as well. Total plays, it is almost even. 30 total plays for the Sea Dragons, 29 for the Defenders. Total yards, that's in favor of the Defenders, 181-138. Yards per play, also in favor of the Defenders, 6.2 to 4.6. First downs, the Defenders narrowly lead that category, 10-9. Passing yards, the Sea Dragons with 140, the Defenders with 152. Interceptions and turnovers, the Sea Dragons have none, the Defenders have 2, but I just said, for not entirely all their fault, they were both deflected. Sacks allowed, only 1 sack allowed by the Sea Dragons, none allowed by the Defenders. Penalties, 5 for the Sea Dragons, 3 for the Defenders. No one has fumbled, no one scored a defensive touchdown or special teams touchdown. And time possession is also pretty similar, 16-28 for the Sea Dragons, 13-32 for the Defenders. So overall, a very even and well-balanced first half for each team. I'd expect that to continue here as we head into half number 2, which will begin in any second now. So let me get this, say, quarter 3 at the top. And the Defenders will also get the football here to begin the second half. Actually, they already kicked off. Didn't even realize that. The defenders have the ball to begin the second half here. Alright, so 1st and 10 from their own 22. Te'amu in shotgun. Here is the give to Abram Smith. He's going to run up the middle, and he is going to gain 5. I feel like while they don't have many rushing yards, Abram Smith is up to 31 on the day on about 15 carries. I still feel like every time Abram Smith has touched the ball, he's getting like 5 yards. But I mean, I'm pretty sure it's just me that feels that way, because obviously the stats say differently. Here is a 2nd and 5. Te'amu in the pistol. Here is the give to Smith running right, and Smith is going nowhere this time. And he's just going to get back to the line of scrimmage. And that will bring up a 3rd and 5. So 3rd and 5 for the defenders. Empty backfield here for Te'amu. Here he looks to throw. Only a 3-man rush for the Sea Dragons. That is a catch made by Chris Blair for a 1st down. And Sea Dragons will move the chains. The 2nd catch of the day for Blair. One of the Sea Dragons' the defenders' top receivers. Here is a 1st and 10. Te'amu, another quick throw out to Blair. And they try to set up the screen. He's got a blocker in front, but he's swung down for only a gain of 2. Blair now up to 3 catches for about 25-30 yards. 2nd and 8 from their own 38. Here is Te'amu in shotgun. Here he looks to throw for the 3rd straight play. Protected well to the outside. That is dropped by Chris Blair. Not necessarily dropped, but knocked away. And incomplete. Blair, once again, the intended receiver. 3 straight pass plays, 3 straight passes headed in the direction of Chris Blair. Blair had it for a second before it was knocked away by 16 Michael Wright, defensive back for the Sea Dragons. So here's a 3rd and long for the defenders. It is a 3rd and 8, 4 of 7 on 3rd downs. Here is Te'amu to throw. Again, protected very well. Over the middle, that is, oh, great throw, but knocked away. We got a flag that comes in. Lucky Jackson, the intended receiver, on a deep crossing route. Pass interference. It's the defender just gets there a little bit early, just like a split second early. Chris Peyton Jones, number 5 for the Sea Dragons, was the person who the penalty was against, and Lucky Jackson was the intended receiver. And also, well, that's not going to wind up on the stat sheet for anything. That is a great throw from Jordan Te'amu, right on the money. Here is a 1st and 10, another throw, the 5th in a row. This one looking for Ellis on the outside. That's incomplete, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 10. Would not be shocked to see the defenders go back to the ground game on this upcoming 2nd down, as they bring Abram Smith back into the game. Here's a 2nd and 10. They stick with the passing game. Quick throw over the middle. That is caught by the tight end Moore for a gain of 9. Actually, they're going to give him a 1st down on that one, so apparently a gain of 10. And a 1st and 10 here for the defenders. So from the 24 of the Sea Dragons, here they go back to the ground game. Abram Smith barrels forward for 4. And that'll bring up a 2nd and 6. I like the way how the defenders have started the second half throwing the ball a little bit, something they didn't do a whole ton of in the first half. So I like how they started off the second half with that. Here is Tayamu to throw. And throw to the outside. That is caught by Blair for another first down. He's out of bounds at the 9-yard line. First and goal for the defenders. Chris Blair's been targeted a lot in this drive. And he's hauled in all but one of them. I think his 4th catch of the drive on 5 targets. Just this drive. Here is Blair in motion. Tayamu looks to throw. He's pressured underneath. That is caught by the tight end. Moore goes up and over a defender, and he is taken down inside the 1. Inside the 1 he's taken down. And it is a first and goal from like the half-yard line. I definitely think is a little bit short. Here's a good look right down the line. Elbow down there, yeah, I think he's like a third of a yard short. It's really close, but I think he's just short. He thought he was in, but the spot comes in at like the quarter-yard line. Here is the gift to Abram Smith. He's going to bounce it to the outside, and Abram Smith walks in for a defender touchdown. A 1-yard touchdown run for the XFL's rushing leader, Abram Smith. And the defenders are back on top, 15-9, as they take the opening kickoff of the second half and go right down the field and put it into the end zone for 6. A 11-play, 78-yard drive, taking 5:35 off the clock. A 2-point attempt here for the defenders. Here is Tayamu to throw to the end zone. That is incomplete. Blair, the intended receiver. Tight window for Tayamu to throw into there. That one falls incomplete. But the defenders still able to take the lead. They now find themselves back on top by 6. It is now 15-9. After they take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and go right down the field and score a touchdown. Now let's see how the Sea Dragons will respond to that, because so far this game it has been one team has done something, the other team has answered on the very next drive. Alright, so while we wait for them to come back from commercial break, why don't you guys make sure to like the stream and subscribe, because I would greatly appreciate it if you guys can do that. And it would also help the stream reach more people, so I would greatly appreciate if you guys can like and subscribe. Jordan Tayamu has 2 first-half interceptions. He has thrown only 3 all season. But I mean, these weren't truly his fault. As I said before, they were both deflected. He was actually the lowest of any starting quarterback. Well, it's kind of hard to determine some starting quarterbacks, but like, he threw only 3 interceptions in 10 games, which I mean has to be the lowest interception percentage, I would think, but I'm not completely sure. Alright, so waiting for them to come back from commercial break here. The defenders lead the Sea Dragons. Now they're back from commercial, by the way. But they lead the Sea Dragons 15-9. After scoring a touchdown on their opening drive of the third quarter. Interested to see what the attendance is here for the defenders. Looks like a great crowd. They've had great crowds all season long. And even though in the beginning it was raining, the stadium definitely seems to have filled in, as the defenders are some of the best fans in the XFL. In fact, they've got a great atmosphere at home at Audi Field because they have never lost this season or in 2020. From the goal line, here is McKnight on the return. And McKnight is weaving his way through. He's not going to get up to the 20-yard line, and he's taken down at the 16. And the defenders with a good play on special teams. So the Sea Dragons offense on the field for the first time of the second half, with 9:19 to go in the third quarter. Let's see how they respond to the touchdown drive we just saw against them a few minutes ago. Here's a 1st and 10 from officially marked at the 17. Green in motion. Here is DiNucci, who looks to throw. He's going to swing this out to Green in the flat, and Green is going to gain 3 on the play. That is the 10th target of the day for Juwan Green. He's caught half of them. Here is a 2nd and 7. Here is DiNucci, who looks to throw. Goes down the field, and that is incomplete. Green, once again, the intended receiver, looking from up the seam. Was a tight window throw. I thought he got it in there for a second, but ends up falling to the ground, being incomplete. Was a tight window. Green had it for a second before it was pried free by the defensive back there. In fact, he almost just completely stole the ball from him, but it ends up falling to the ground. Here is a 3rd and 7. The Sea Dragons 4 of 7 on 3rd down so far today. 3rd and 7 from their own 20. Defenders bring a blitz. DiNucci, quick throw down the field. That is an awful throw. Leads him way too far down the field and is incomplete. And then we'll go 3 and out, and let's see if the defenders can build off this good start to the second half, going touchdown and then forcing a 3 and out for the Sea Dragons offensively. So 4th and 7. I believe this is the 2nd time today the Sea Dragons will be punting. Puka Williams fields this at his own 39, makes 1-man miss, makes a 2nd miss, loses the ball! He loses the ball, but it is scooped up by the defenders. So they will not lose possession. Number 20, that is Jamal Brooks. He was able to dive on it for the defenders to avoid losing possession. But it was a loose ball, but Brooks is able to dive on it, and the defenders will still have possession of the football after their defense forces a quick 3 and out. Oh, here we go. Attendance for today's game in DC. The official attendance is 18,684, so almost a full stadium. The stadium only holds 20,000. It definitely looks Looks like good attendance, and it is. The majority of the stadium is filled. Alright, so waiting for them to come back from commercial break here, the defenders will take over possession after the punt, which they actually fumbled, but were able to keep possession. They take over at their own 44-yard line. So far, results in the polls, 73% of you guys have said the the Sea Dragons would. 27% have said that the defenders. And I also put a poll out in the community tab of my channel. You guys can vote to make where you guys can make sure to check out for polls, updates, any announcements, anything like that. And I said, who do you think will win this XFL playoff game? 56% of you guys actually said the defenders. 46% said the Sea Dragons. Alright, so waiting for them to come back from commercial after the punt. Alright, they're now back from commercial break. 7:25 to go in the third quarter. Defenders with the football at their own 40, either 44 or 46, I can't remember. It is their own 44. Here is Tayamu, off play action, quick throw over the middle that is bobbled by Jackson and incomplete. Wait, are they saying that the fumble or no? No, it's ruled incomplete on the field. They are going to review this. That was the exact same play Jackson had that 44-yard catch and run for the first touchdown of the game on. A simple little RPO over the middle, and he was able to outrun his guy. No, that's definitely incomplete. This one, very, very similar play, if not the exact same play by the defenders, but that one falls incomplete. 2nd and 10, swing pass out to Abram Smith, and he's able to get a yard. He had blockers in front, but some Sea Dragon defender, I don't know who it was, he came flying through and then ended up shoving the receiver blocking into Abram Smith. And that caused him to kind of lose his balance and only able to get a yard. Third and 9. Here is Tayamu. He looks to throw. Over the middle, that is sliding catch made by Hammond. Escapes one tackler and is taken down at the 28-yard line. Very nice pickup there for the defenders on 3rd and long, and they move the chains. First and 10. Here is a bubble screen out to Hammond, who just made that previous catch. He gains 4 on that one, getting it down to the Sea Dragons' 30-yard line. And the defenders have really been moving the football in these past few drives. The Sea Dragons really should get going offensively. Here is a 2nd and 6, Tayamu in shotgun. That is caught by Hammond. He gains 3. The third pass play in a row, the third one that goes to Hammond, and that brings up a 3rd and 2 here for the defenders with 5:13 to go in the third quarter. So a 3rd and 2, Tayamu in shotgun, Abram Smith is the back line to his right. Tayamu looks to throw. That is caught by Ethan Wolf. Wolf is going to go in for a defender touchdown. Ethan Wolf with a 26-yard catch and run extends the defender lead, and it is now 21-9 after a 6-play, 56-yard defender drive, taking 2:36 off the clock. They went with a multiple tight end formation, and they threw out of it, and so I'm able to find Wolf for the touchdown. Go Sea Dragons. Yeah, they really need to get going here. After that, they had a solid first half, but then ever since their touchdown, their offense hasn't been great. Here is a 2-point conversion attempt for the defenders to the end zone. That is also caught. That one by another tight end, Alex Ellis, and it is now 23-9 defenders. Alright, so the Sea Dragons gonna get the football back. They really need to get going offensively before they fall too far behind. Because now that's back-to-back touchdown drives by the defenders. And they now lead this one by 12. No, not by 12, by 14, sorry. The defenders have three touchdowns. 2 of them have been 20-plus yards. The kick is away here. McKnight. No, that's not McKnight. That is Philip Lindsay, the defenders. Sea Dragons running back. He gets the return to the 33-yard line. He was a mid-season addition. A former NFL running back who even had 1,000 yards in one season with the Broncos as an undrafted free agent as a rookie, but then ever since then he's just kind of bounced around in a couple teams and now finds himself in the XFL with the Sea Dragons. And I think if he was on a team for a whole year and was on a team who actually ran the football, he'd be really, really good, and his numbers would show for that. Here is the throw to Blake Jackson, his second catch today. Which maybe first catch, I'm not really sure. And he gains 8. Let's see. Was that his first catch? No, that was his second catch. He's now got 25 receiving yards. Here is a 2nd and 2. Juwan Green in motion. DiNucci looks to throw. That is caught by Josh Gordon. He is taken down at the 47-yard line of the defenders. That is actually not Josh Gordon. That is Jordan Vesey. Sorry. It's his 3rd or 4th catch today. And he moved the chains for the defenders. The Sea Dragons have so many weapons on offense. They've got Juwan Green, Jordan Vesey, Josh Gordon, Ja'Cour Pearson. I feel like I'm forgetting someone. Kelvin McKnight, Philip Lindsay, even though they really don't use him a whole ton. So many options on offense. Here's a 1st and 10. Play action, DiNucci. Sidearms one to Blake Jackson. Jackson will gain 5 on the play. That's his 3rd catch. He's now got 30 receiving yards. Here is a 2nd and 5 for the Sea Dragons. DiNucci now 20 of 32 for 175 yards and a touchdown. Here DiNucci pump fakes, rolls out, and now DiNucci is going to stumble as he tries to take off and run, and he will make it back to the line of scrimmage. Number 6 of the defenders' defense that is Fadul Brown not wanting to let go of the shoe of Ben DiNucci causes offensive lineman of the Sea Dragons to get a little upset about that. Here is DiNucci's pressure. It escapes one pass rusher, and now he's taken down back at his own 47-yard line. A big play made by this defender's defense with a big sack on third down, and the Sea Dragons will be forced to punt it away once again. And everything is going the defender's way right now. The Sea Dragons just need something they can build on, but right now they can't seem to be getting anything. Ball spotted at their own 49-yard line. Here's a 4th and 15. The punt unit on for the Sea Dragons, but first we got play blown dead. And it's going to be a delay of game penalty. That'll back them up 5 and become a 4th and 20. So the punt is away here. Puka Williams will let this one go for a touchback, and the ball will come out to the 35-yard line. The Sea Dragons really need something they can build on, and something to get themselves going here in the second half, because they have been lifeless offensively and defensively so far. Here is a 1st and 10. For the defenders at their own 35-yard line. They've got 2 straight touchdown drives. Can they make it a 3rd? Let's see. So from their own 35, Tayamu in shotgun. Here is the gift to Abram Smith up the middle, and Smith is only going to get a yard. There is not much space to run. Here is a 2nd and 9. With a little over a minute to go in the third quarter, Tayamu looks to throw to the outside. That is incomplete. Chris Blair, the intended receiver, but a bit high and wide. Under a minute to go in the opening quarter. Here is a 3rd and 9. Sea Dragons defense really needs to get off the field here and get the ball back to the offense. Maybe this is what they can build on, although they have not forced a 3rd down stop here in the second half. Here's a 3rd down stop as the throw out to Moore is he's chopped down right as he makes that catch, gains 5, and the Sea Dragons defense will force a punt. And Jordan Tayamu has also hurt his hand on the play. They come after the punt, don't get it. But here is McKnight, who will let this one bounce into the end zone for a touchback. And the ball will come out to the 35-yard line. So at the end of 3 quarters, the defenders lead this one 23-9. But the Sea Dragons just forced a 3 and out and could be looking to build on something here as we enter the fourth quarter. Give me 1 second to check on something really quickly. Give me 1 second. Alright, results on the poll. 71% of you guys have said the Sea Dragons win. 29% have said the Defenders. Make sure to vote if you have not already done so. Give me 1 second just to check something real quick. Give me 1 second. Alright, so waiting for them to come back from commercial break here. The Defenders lead this one 23-9 as we enter the fourth quarter. Alright, so still waiting for them to come back from commercial. The Sea Dragons get the football back at their own 35 as their defense forces punt. Let's see if they can build on that here, as they really need something to go their way after giving up back-to-back touchdown drives against the Defenders and also not being able to do anything offensively. They've got like 30 yards of total offense in the second half. Not much. But let's see if the punt can start to swing something in their momentum. Or, I should say, start to swing their momentum in their direction. Alright, so 15 minutes to go before the Defenders are officially North Division champions, but the Sea Dragons could have a comeback attempt left in them. We'll have to wait and see. So 15 minutes to go, Danucci and the Sea Dragons offense back onto the field at their own 35-yard line. After the punt was a touchback. Something is wrong here because the referee goes over to explain stuff to both coaches. Jim Haslett and the Sea Dragons do not seem to like whatever he's telling them. Let's see. You can listen into what they're saying, but I don't have the volume on, so I have no idea what they're saying. I tried to put captions on so I could hear or read what they're saying, but they don't work. Alright, I have no idea what's going on here. Not quite sure. Let me try to figure it out real quick. Not completely sure what's going on here. Why are we at 4th down again? What? How are we back at 4th down? Okay, but the defender is going forward on 4th and 1. Tayamu now winds up under center, and they got the Sea Dragons to jump. I'm pretty sure what happened was the Sea Dragons had too many men on the field on the punt. I mean, for the 3rd time today. I think that's what happened. So now the defenders will be able to keep possession. Well, so much for the Sea Dragons getting the ball back here. So, from their own 49, here is Tayamu to throw. Nope, quarterback draw. And Tayamu will gain 5. How could you miss? There's too many guys on the field. That... I mean, I get you want to get the call right, but I mean... You've got to tell everybody sooner than when the other team's got the offense on the field. Ready to continue play. That's kind of weird. 2nd and 5. Here is Tayamu play action. Quick throw that is caught by Hammond for a gain of 6 and another defender 1st down. Here is the gift to Abram Smith. He bounced this outside, running left, and he will gain 3 on the play. And now Abram Smith is slow to get up. Looks like he's grabbing his left knee. That is not what you want to see for the defenders. One of your best players on offense go down with an injury. Don't really see anything quite that unusual there. Abram Smith over on the sideline, walking around, jumping around. He says he's okay, but he is not in the game for the moment. Here is Tayamu in shotgun. The backup running back, don't know who that is. That might be Puka Williams. It is Puka Williams. He exits the backfield, pump fake, throw out to him. Tayamu all day to throw, and he was going to dump this off to Moore, but a high throw and incomplete. Too high off his hands. We do have a flag on the field, and I think what this is going to be is I think this is going to be a roughing the passer call on Sharif Miller. Here's the replay of it. It's kind of like one of those borderline calls there. Was it weight enough to be a roughing the passer, or was it not weight enough to be a roughing the passer? And now Teamu goes into the injury tent. That is another... There's actually 2 penalties on the Sea Dragons here. Roughing the passer and unsportsmanlike conduct on Sharif Miller, who had an interception earlier. It looks like it's a pinky injury to his right or throwing hand for Jordan Teamu. So De'Ara King now enters at quarterback for the injured Jordan Teamu, who's in the injury tent. Now at the 10-yard line, 1st and 10 from the 10. Here is the give to 14 up the middle for a gain of 4. I don't know who that is. 14. Again, they don't have a number 14 on their roster. And we got another flag. Thrown on this play. I don't know who 14 is, because there's no 14 on their roster. Alright, so no idea who that is. After the play, personal foul. Unnecessary roughness on the defense again. That's going to give them an automatic 1st down. And a 1st and goal inside the 5. The Sea Dragons average 5.1 penalties a game, which is fewest in the XFL. Today they've got 12 penalties. The last 4 have been very costly. Here is a 1st and goal. Teamu does have a injured pinky on his right hand, which is his throwing hand. He's over on the sideline talking to the trainers about it. Morris is the back. Here's the give to Morris. He was number 14. He's going to bounce to the outside, and he is taken down short of the goal line. I don't know why, but this guy is not listed on the Sea Dragons defenders roster. Eight plays, 64-yard drive, taking 4:25, actually 4:30 off the clock for the defenders. Here is King is going to hand off to Morris, and he is in for a defender's touchdown. The DC defenders extend their lead. It is now 29-9. Harris, not Morris. A 9-play drive gives the defenders, or extends their lead. Cameron Harris is listed as number 41 on their roster, even though he wears 14, which makes no sense. Abram Smith back into the game. Here they run with them, and he's in for the 1-point conversion. It is now 30-9. And now the defenders are all but in the championship game against the Renegades. I'm still not a fan of that late, like really late call about the too many men penalty, because I mean you want to get the call right, I understand that, but I'm still not a fan of how late that was. But it allows the defenders to extend their drive And now, the Sea Dragons are now down by 21, which is a 3-score game. And it's probably going to be too big for the Sea Dragons to come back from, even if their offense was playing well, which it is not. Alright, so waiting for them to come back from commercial break here. After the defenders extended their lead, it is now 30-9. There is still time, but I mean, there's still 12 minutes, but to come back from a 3-score game when your offense is playing really bad for the past, I don't know, quarter and a half, seems pretty unlikely, but I mean, yeah, there is still time. Anything is possible. I'm just saying it seems unlikely. Alright, they're in back from commercial break here. $11:53 to go in the game. Kelvin McKnight, or I can't tell if that's Philip Lindsay. Somebody back deep to receive for the Sea Dragons. The kick is away. It is Philip Lindsay to return it from his own 8. Lindsay on the return, slips, and is taken down at the 24. So, let's see, the Sea Dragons with the football at their own 25. Can they mount a comeback? They have 18 total yards in the second half, as opposed to 138 in the first half. Here is DiNucci to throw. He's got plenty of time, only a 3-man rush for the defenders. And now he's going to throw this one away. Josh Gordon was the receiver in the area. Here is a 2nd and 10. From their own 25, DiNucci, empty backfield. It's been the look they went with most of the day so far. DiNucci is going to go deep down the sideline. Had a man in Blake Jackson, but overthrew him. And Jackson also lost his balance and fell down. Here is a 3rd and 10. Third and 10. Defenders bring a blitz. DiNucci, quick throw. Josh Gordon makes the catch. He's going to gain 6 before he's wrapped up by the defenders. A whole bunch of them come over. And that will bring up a 4th and 4. And now the Sea Dragons will send on the punt unit. Oh, I just realized I still had it on the defenders. Here is Puka Williams on the return down the sideline, weaving his way through. He's going to get taken down at the 34, and that is where the defenders will take over offensively. Now, it will be interesting to see who comes in at quarterback for the defenders, whether it's Jordan Ta'amu or De'Ara King. King finished the last drive because Ta'amu exited with an injured hand. So let's see, is Ta'amu able to come back in, or will they stick with King? Seeing if there's anything for injury update on Ta'amu. I don't think so. We'll find out in a second by seeing who's in there for the defenders. No injury report or injury update for Ta'amu, just the fact that he left the game with an injury. So still waiting for them to return from commercial break. Give me 1 second to do something really quickly. Alright, so still waiting for them to come back. Results in the poll, 65% have said the Sea Dragons win, and 35% have said the defenders. Definitely appears as if the 35% of you guys that said the defenders will be correct. But I mean, still time, but seems very unlikely, especially after that last drive for the Sea Dragons, just lifeless offensively. How much time is on the clock? I believe it's about 10 minutes. 9:47. And I also just realized I forgot to change it to quarter number 4. 9:47 in the fourth quarter. Hold on 1 second. Alright, sorry about that. 1st and 10, De'Ara King in at quarterback. Here's the gift to Abram Smith up the middle for a gain of 2. Yeah, it is definitely not looking good for the Sea Dragons. Down by, what is it now? 19? With 9.5 minutes to go. Don't even have the football, especially, I mean, I feel it's kind of early to start going for it on 4th down. But on that previous drive, if I was the Sea Dragons, I would have gone for it. 4th and 4, you're deep in your own territory, but I mean, you got to get something going your way. So why not do that? Here is King on the quarterback draw. And he is going to get wrapped up after a gain of a yard. Here is a 3rd and 7. For the defenders. Let's see if the Sea Dragons can get a stop. King, quick throw, that is caught, but He's going to be just short of a first down. He's going to gain a 6. He needed 7. It's going to be a 4th and 1. They send on the punt unit. Let's just hope the Sea Dragons don't have too many men on the field again for like the 5th time today. They come after the punt, don't block it. Here is McKnight. He's going to let this one bounce in the end zone for a touchback. And that is where the ball will come out to the 35-yard line. That is where the Seattle Sea Dragons offense will take over. The winner of this game will move on to face the Arlington Renegades on Saturday, May 13th in the XFL Championship game. So from their own 35, Sea Dragons with the football. 1st and 10, 7:43 to go. Running out of time. Down by 21. Juwan Green in motion. DiNucci looks to throw. Just a 2-man rush for the defenders. DiNucci over the middle. That's caught by Jordan Vesey. Inside defender territory to the 41. 7:30 to go in the game. 1st and 10. Sea Dragons. So 1st and 10, DiNucci, again, empty backfield. Here he looks to throw. He's going to swing this out to Ja'Cour Pearson. Pearson slips, and we'll gain 2 on the play. The rain earlier in the game has definitely made this field slippery, as we've seen several players slip so far. And there's another one, as Pearson slips. Probably would have only gotten like 4, but only able to gain 2. So from the 41, DiNucci looks to throw. He's got plenty of time. Going to dump this off underneath to Blake Jackson. And Jackson will gain 7 to bring up a 3rd and 1. So a 3rd and 1 with 6:20 left to go. Empty backfield here for Ben DiNucci. They're 0 of 3 on 3rd down so far in the second half. 4 of 7 on 1st down in the first half. Did I say 0 of 7? I meant 0 of 3 in the second half. Here's DiNucci, pump fakes. And he's going to go deep down the field. He's got a receiver in Juwan Green. Has a touchdown for the Sea Dragons. Hold everything. Maybe they do have some life left. It is now 30-15 after a 34-yard touchdown catch by Juwan Green down the sideline. The defenders just absolutely forgot about him. So a touchdown for the Sea Dragons. Yeah, fingers crossed. It's not looking good, but I mean, there's a small glimmer of hope for the Sea Dragons. They're going for 2 here. Green in motion. DiNucci looks to throw. Rolls out to his left. Fires to the end zone, just throws that one away. Now, it is a 15-point game. It is still a 2-score game. Now, do they go for the possession, onside kick play, whatever you call it, for a 4th and 15 from their own 25, or is it too early with 6:05 to go? I mean, your defense just got to stop. Do you send your defense back out? I don't know. Interesting early decision, or kind of early decision in the 4th quarter, or at the end of the game, with 6:05 to go. It appears as if they're going to send on the regular special teams unit, and they will kick it away. So they will send on their kicker, and he kicks it away. The defenders get the football back here. Williams, from about his own 12 on the return, breaks this to the outside, jumps over somebody, and is taken down at the 33. And that is where the DC Defenders offense will take over with 6 minutes to go in the game, 5:59 to be exact. So here is a 1st and 10. Derek King still in the game at quarterback. We don't know whether that's preference for the defenders at this point or due to injury. Here's King. That is incomplete. There was early contact there. Hammond looking for a flag. He's not going to get one. And that will bring up a 2nd and 10. Thompson in coverage there. I thought he got there like a split second early, but apparently not. Here is a 2nd and 10. Timeout called for by the defenders. The first spent by either team here in the second half. I think they might be challenging this one. No, they're not challenging. They're just reviewing this in the replay center, or as they call it, the command center. No, it is a challenge now. It is a little bit early. But I feel the second Josh Hammond felt the contact, he made no effort to go for the ball. It's a little bit early. We'll have to wait and see. I'm not really sure what they're going to go with here. There was pass interference, so that will be a 1st down for the defenders. They now lose their timeout and a challenge. That leaves them with 2 remaining. Sea Dragons still with all 3 timeouts and their challenge remaining as well. So 5:33 to go. 1st and 10 here for the defenders. Here is the give to Abram Smith up the middle, and Smith will gain 2 on the 1st down carry. We now hit 5:05 to go in the game. 2nd and 8 here. Here's a 2nd and 8. King looks to throw here. He's going to go deep down the sideline. Overthrows Lucky Jackson and incomplete. 3rd and 8. Jackson beat his man. Had a step, maybe even 2. But it falls incomplete. 4:25 to go. Here is King, empty backfield here, looks to throw over the middle, that's caught but a big hit by 33 of the Sea Dragons takes him down. 33. That is Elijah Holder, defensive back from Stanford. Makes a big play there, taking him down short of the first down marker. Now, if I'm the defenders, Sea Dragons, I call my first timeout here. They do not go with the timeout. They're going for it on fourth down. King, over the middle, that is caught. We do have a flag down. Chris Blair makes the catch. Offside, so it's not going to matter anyway what the flag was. Penalties declined. The defenders keep possession. Second, fourth down conversion of the day. They move the chains. And here's a 1st and 10. It's going to be about 3 minutes to go. Yeah, 3:03 when they snap this. Here's the gift to Abram Smith. Smith will gain 3. There's the Sea Dragons' first timeout. That leaves each team with 2 remaining. Here is a 2nd and 7 with 2:58 to go. So each team with 2 timeouts remaining. The defenders leads from 30 to 15. Here is King off play action, rolls out to his right, and on the run he fires. That is caught by Smith for a 1st down. Now, I don't know if he got a foot or anything down in bounds. I'm not completely sure about that, as he made a lunging catch. He did get a foot down in bounds. And an arm down as well. So that's a 1st down. And no timeout here for the Sea Dragons. So 1st and 10, here is the gift to Abram Smith running left. Smith is going to get a yard before he's taken down. And that will bring us to the 2-minute warning. Well, clock stopped, so I don't know if the Sea Dragons spent the timeout or not. They did. I didn't think they would. But with 2:22 to go in the game, the Sea Dragons spend their second timeout of the second half before this upcoming 2nd and 9. The defenders still with 2 timeouts remaining. So 2nd and 7. 2nd and 9, 2:22 to go. Here is the give to Abrams. Nope, that's Harris. Cameron Harris bounces this to the outside to the 15, stiff arms guy, and is forced out of bounds at the 11-yard line with 2:14 to go. So, before this 3rd and 2, apparently out of bounds didn't stop the clock, so the 3rd and final timeout was called for by the Sea Dragons. With 2:12 to go, 3rd and 2 upcoming, and the defenders are 2 minutes and 12 seconds away from officially booking spot in the championship game May 13th against the Arlington Renegades. So 3rd and 2. Here is the give to Harris, and he's in for a touchdown, and that will cap this off. It is now 36-15. After an 11-yard touchdown run from Cameron Harris. The second rushing touchdown of the day for Harris ends a 9-play, 67-yard drive, taking 4 minutes off the clock. Here's a 1-point attempt. 2:06 to go in the game. King hands off to Harris once again, and he's in for the 1-point conversion. It is now 37-15. A complete domination of the North Division Championship game by the defenders. They will improve to 10-0 all-time at home. Including 6-0 this season. Or is it 9-0? Okay. All time, I can't remember. That is the 6th 30-point game for the defenders, which is the most in the XFL, showing they have one of the best offenses in the league, as well as they've got probably one of the best defenses in the league as well. So 2:06 to go in the game. The defenders lead this one 37-15. Here is Philip Lindsay on the return, fields this at his own 4, and runs over his own teammate. Lindsay breaks this to the outside, and he's out of bounds at the 36-yard line. And that is where the Sea Dragons offense will take over, 1st and 10 with 1:58 to go. That also brings us to the 2-minute warning. So with 2 minutes to go, really 1:58, the defenders lead this one at 37-15. And are about 2 minutes away from officially booking a spot in the XFL Championship. Am I going to do the championship game? I assume you mean stream like this? Yes, definitely. Definitely will be doing the championship game for the XFL. Usually I try to do about one maybe 2 streams a week for like 2 games a week. Awesome, you'll be watching. Cool, I look forward to seeing you there. And thank you for all the support you've shown today. Thank you. Alright, so still waiting for them to return from commercial break. Notifications are on, and you're welcome. Cool. Again, thank you. I mean, you already said you're welcome. But, yeah, just... thank you very much. Alright, so still waiting for them to return from commercial break. First 10, minute 58 to go in the game. The Sea Dragons with the football at their own 36-yard line. Danucci looks to throw. He's pressured, rolls out to his right, and Danucci will scramble for 2. The Sea Dragons have not ran the football at all today. Like, their leading rusher is Ben DiNucci, who's got 2 carries for like 3 yards. And then they've got Philip Lindsay, who's got like 2 carries for a loss of 3 yards. I get they've got a really, really good passing attack, but I mean, you've got to try to at least balance it out just a little bit. Here's the throw to Blake Jackson. He makes the catch. He's up to midfield. And he gets a first down for the Sea Dragons. So first and 10 here, Danucci looks to throw, rolls out left, fires downfield, way downfield, and overthrows everybody, incomplete. Second 10 with a minute 30 to go. Ben DiNucci today, 26 of 41 for 258 yards and 2 touchdowns. Second and 10, DiNucci throws, nice catch by Juwan Green, one-handed catch for a gain of 4. We've seen some really nice catches between last night and today, but that's now 3 of them that have come when the game has meant absolutely nothing. Third and 7, throw to the outside, that is caught by VC for a first down and a gain of 10. Clock will temporarily stop with a minute to go, as it does until the ball is spotted on first downs. DiNucci looks to throw here on first and 10. Throws to the outside, that is caught by McKnight. He's out of bounds after a gain of 5 with 44 seconds to go. They've got a championship preview. DC defeated Arlington 28-26 in Week 9 in overtime. Arlington scored 17 unanswered points in the fourth quarter. and DC's rush offense was held to 50 yards, which is the fewest this season. They don't have many today. Here's the quick throw to McKnight. He's down at the 21-yard line, and again, the clock will temporarily stop. First and 10 from the 21. DiNucci looks to throw, rolls out to his left. Now he's going to take off and run. Gets to the 10-yard line, gets out of bounds at the 8 with 25 seconds to go. So 25 seconds to go. First and goal from the 8. DiNucci, empty backfield. He's pressured, spins away from it, and DiNucci is just going to throw this one away. That leaves 19 seconds to go for the second and goal. Second goal here, 19 seconds to go. DiNucci looks to throw. All day to throw. To the end zone, that's caught by Green for a touchdown. That means absolutely nothing at this point, and it is now 37-21. After an 8-yard touchdown catch from Juwan Green. Ten-play, 64-yard drive, taking 1:54 off the clock for the Sea Dragons. They'll be going for 3 here. And snap the ball for the 10. DiNucci looks to throw to the end zone. That is overthrown and incomplete. So 37-21 will most likely be the final score. The Sea Dragons will get the football back. I'm sorry, the defenders will get the football back here with 12 seconds to go. And all they have to do is take a knee before this one is officially over. So 12 seconds to go. The Sea Dragons are going to go for the possession play for the onside kick. 4th and 15 from their own 25-yard line. So, let me just take this ball marker away for a second. But 4th and 15 from their own 25, 12 seconds to go. I mean, this really doesn't even make sense, because you're down by 16, it's still a 2-score game. So you have to get this to go for a touchdown in under 12 seconds. Because, I mean, that's really the only way it's going to happen. But you'll want this for a touchdown in under 12 seconds. You're going to have to get the conversion somehow. Well, not really, you don't even need the conversion. But then you're going to need to do this exact same thing, and as the clock expires, then do that. Here is an incomplete pass. So the defenders will take over with 7 seconds to go. Final score will be 37-21, 7 seconds to go. All we need here is a kneel down for DC. Oh, hi, how are you? How are you today? The defenders take a knee, and they are officially headed to the XFL Championship game against the Arlington Renegades. Final score, Defenders 37, Sea Dragons 21. The third time this season, the Defenders beat the Sea Dragons. There's always next year for the Sea Dragons, that's true. They were close-ish. I mean, they were pretty good. They were a really good team to make the playoffs 7-3. They'll finish the season 7-4 with a loss. But yeah, there is always next year, especially if they return the majority of their players, like their receiving core, like Ben DiNucci. If they can return a lot of their key players, they could be in for another really good season. They just need to figure out how to play some defense and how to run the football. Alright, but that is going to do it for today's stream, everybody. Thank you guys for joining me. Make sure to like this stream, subscribe, turn on notifications so don't miss any videos or any other upcoming streams. I do my best to post as often as possible. And I hope you all have a great rest of your day or night. And I will see you in the next video.